Hi, this is Melanie Queen with Queen's Mouse Accounting. And last month we reviewed goals, and I believe one of your goals should be going over your finances if you're doing it yourself. If you are hiring someone else, then I would suggest at least the last portion of these videos this month on reviewing. But I'm going to go over what you should be doing on a monthly basis in your bookkeeping. So, as a bookkeeper, this is what I do for my clients, and I don't mind sharing it with you. It's fairly simple, but a lot of people just don't have the time or don't understand what accounts everything goes into. What can I really deduct on my taxes? So if you're asking those kind of questions, maybe it is time to hire someone else. And I am more than happy to help you. But like I've said before in the past, if you don't feel like I'm a great fit for you, or you're not a mother entrepreneur, or whatever it may be, please, 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 please feel free to reach out to another bookkeeper and hire them instead. I am not out here to make you hire me. I'm here to help you and serve you and make you feel better and understand your business more. So, what you do first of all is you want to twice a month. What I usually do is I go into each of my business's accounts and I review the first part of the month, so the 1st through the 15th by the 20th of each month. And then they get an automatic report on the 20th showing my questions that I have, a profit and loss, and a profit and loss detail showing exactly what transactions and the details on them so that they can make changes to their books. So one thing that you want to do when you're accepting transactions is these ones that say match, you want to go ahead and usually match those transactions. One thing when you're matching transactions is you want to make sure that the date it matches or is very similar to the date on here and that it makes sense. If, like for instance, they have two matches, you got to figure out which one matches. Usually it's easiest to look at the date and figure it out. I would say that this one's the correct one. Otherwise, it's your books. Maybe you can remember which one it was. And again, this one, it looks like we went to the car wash twice, but we're going to choose the one that has the same date. Okay, what if they have a transaction that does not have, it says uncategorized expense? Don't just add it. Put something in here. So I'm going to say this is their bookkeeper. And watch, once you add this, I've seen some other transactions from Books by Betsy. They're supposed to come out green. I apologize. I guess it didn't do it. But eventually, after you add this so many times, it should come out green and it should be a lot easier. So what you can do here is you can go up to recognized and look at that. They recognized that Book by Betsy is a bookkeeping expense. So we'll go ahead and add that. You can create a rule. If you create rules, one thing I would note is I would not have it on auto add unless you don't ever plan on having your bank disconnect and losing those transactions, because I have had an issue in the past where it auto added transactions and the bank connection got lost for a few days, and I downloaded the transactions and it overlapped a little bit. And this particular client has a lot of transactions for the same vendor. And so it actually duplicated a lot of transactions, even though it was only a few days. It ended up being very difficult to go through and delete all those. So unless you are really on top of it, I wouldn't do auto add. I would just add them manually. But that's totally up to you. You can choose what you may. So another thing you can do too is you can click on match and you can go through the match transactions first, and then you can do the recognized, and then you can do all transactions. So that's kind of helpful little tool that QuickBooks has had for us. So